Okay, what is the single most useful strobist tool or photography tool outside of your lenses and your camera? Here it is. It doesn't matter if it's SP26, SP28, even as cheap as an SP23, however preferably not, since we don't have true auto mode. And that is an iSpeed light. And a wireless trigger, whatever you want. I prefer the nice, reliable pocket lizards, technically called pocket wizards. But if you want to use the Yongnuos, that's fine. They're just their transmission and reception distance is not that great, but whatever you like. If you want to buy, I can certainly understand wanting the cheaper, like 4 sets of the cheaper triggers instead of 1 or 2 sets of the more expensive pocket lizards. Very understandable, but regardless of that, have a speed light or 2, preferably 3. You can grab these. These are SP28s. These are my favorite ones. I've owned every speed light known to man. A few I'm not very preferable on, like the SB600 or the current SB700. The one the professionals all collect, and I've got a few of them, are SB800s because they're very simple, very reliable, very high power output, and usually be had for about $180. You can usually grab these, depending on where you get them from, between $40 and $80. Price actually varies widely on the SP28, so I don't have a built-in wireless slave trigger. These don't, like the SP26s, which is why the SP26s are in higher demand, but the SB 800s, 900s, 910s, SB 28s, 26. You get some of the really older, cheaper ones. You don't have the adjustability like you do on some of these units that have the readout on the back. Even the old SP24. I mean, even the old SP24, and those things are almost as old as me. I mean, I was using those back in photography school. Whoa, a long time ago, 25 years ago. So this is the most useful tool. I can plant these like Easter eggs everywhere on little tripods. I could hang these from trees, as I showed you the other day. The neat little way that I actually attach these for doing candid or wedding. Get your speed light off your camera. You see how it drapes right here off my side. Obviously, I'm going to assume this is on top of my camera, but I'm going to trip it like it is on my camera. On my camera up here, I'll actually bring my speed light over here and get my flash off the camera, so I'm actually shooting bride and groom or street or whatever it is I'm doing. Very, very handy, so when I let go of it, it's right there, instead of me dropping it in my pocket all the time. So to me, this is a subjective statement, but I think actually a few people that have done a lot of shooting would argue with me. Whether they want to actually hang it off their shoulder or not is another matter. That this is the most useful tool, and of course this is a setup. You got 3 things here. Obviously your speed light, your wireless trigger, whatever the hell you want, whatever your budget, doesn't really matter. These are more reliable and more dependable. But if you want to blow the money for that or not, that's your own decision. I don't make a penny either way. PC sync cable that goes to your speed light, indispensably useful. I can use these 1,001 ways. I mean, you could literally write 2 volumes of books about the many different ways that you could use a speed light with a wireless transmitter. So this is item number 1. To me, these are as indispensably useful as a good lens. You got 2 or 3 of these in your camera bag, and there is almost nothing that you can't rock out. I can stick this on the end of a monopod, put it on a light stand, hide it in a tree. If I'm taking a portraiture in late evening, I'll plant one of these in the bushes and point it up at someone's face. I'll expose for the background. I'll layer the light and add this. Indispensably useful. The scenarios are mind-boggling. People are always worried about the dynamic range of what they're trying to get. Pop-up flash ain't going to cut it. Obviously, you don't want that sort of lighting anyway. And no matter how good your lens is, it needs light. You got to feed your camera, you got to feed your lens good light. And Mother Nature is a bitch, and she don't want to cooperate. And you've got a beautiful portrait set up and beautiful sunset, but oh crap, now we've got underexposure on the main subject. Well, what are you going to do? You going to use that pop-up flash? No. You're going to stick a speed light on top of your camera? No, that's crap light. You have to get your speed light off your damn camera. You're going to have to learn how to layer the light. It's not difficult. Expose for your background. Raise your secondary, your primary. If you're going to use one additional flash for subject illumination, raise it as necessary. It's no big deal. You go back here, if you're stop off, stop 2 off, raise it. Take the shot again. After a very short period of time, you're going to be 95, not 100% accurate all the time. Because you'll know, it's like, well, it's 6 feet away. Given current situations, I should bring the power to, like 1/32 or 1/6 or, something like that. You'll figure it out very, very quickly. Through a little bit of failure, but for a little bit of failure, you're going to open up horizons that the best lens and the best camera ain't going to do, because you'll get far, far better results with a crappy kit lens and some good lighting than you will with the best Zeiss lens and the most expensive Nikon camera. It's just flat out unarguable. It's not up for debate. You can't dispute it, you can't deny it. And you won't find a single professional photographer out there that will disagree with that statement. It's about the lighting. You got to bring the lighting rather than trying to work with the crappy light Mother Nature does or doesn't have for you. She may cooperate, but how often is that? Not that much. Are you going to pack these big heavy illuminators everywhere? Of course you're not. Little speed lights. 3 little setups like this. I always pack like a minimum of 3. 3 really covers it. Sometimes you need more, but that's pretty rare. For most people, even 2 is enough. But for God's sakes, at least buy 1. Wireless trigger, PC sync cable, and speed light. Altogether, if you go the cheap route, you're looking at $100. Oh my God, $100. $100 that will transform your pictures permanently and for the better. Flat out, undeniable. So, anyway, that's it. Not about spending money, but my God, if you want to help your photography any, at least buy 1 set. And then once you buy 1, you'll see how much it changes things, and then you'll buy a second set. Catch you later. Bye.